If motivation worked, you wouldn't need it every Monday. You wouldn't wait until January to start over, and you wouldn't have to convince yourself to go to the gym. You wouldn't keep saying, I'll start tomorrow. But here we are, another Monday, another fresh start, another promise to ourselves. And somewhere between Monday morning and Wednesday afternoon, that motivation disappears. So today, I want to challenge something we've all been taught. Maybe you've never had a motivation problem. Maybe you've had an identity problem.
Hi, I'm Shakayla. Welcome to Becoming, where we talk about psychology, identity, fitness, habits, confidence, discipline, purpose, and personal transformation. If you're new here, I'm an identity based online fitness coach, the creator of MB Fitness Academy, and the author of a book I'm writing called Becoming. Around here, we believe lasting transformation doesn't begin with better habits, it begins with a new identity. And today we're talking about motivation. And I have to warn you, by the end of this video, you might stop chasing motivation forever. The motivation myth. Now, somewhere along the way, we were taught that successful people are simply more motivated. They're motivated to wake up early, motivated to eat healthy, to work out, they're motivated to build businesses and to chase their dreams. But here's the problem: motivation is just an emotion, and emotions, they fluctuate. Think about your own life. Have you ever felt incredibly motivated after watching a documentary or listening to a podcast or finishing an inspiring book, and then you tell yourself, this is it, I'm changing my life? You order new workout clothes, you clean out the pantry, you create the perfect morning routine, and then life happens. You get tired, work gets stressful, your child gets sick, and then you sleep through your alarm, and then suddenly the motivation disappears. Not because you're lazy, but because motivation was never designed to carry you. It was only meant to introduce you to change, not to sustain it. The psychology of dopamine. Now, let's talk about something called dopamine. Most people think dopamine is the feel good chemical, but that's not entirely true. Dopamine is more accurately described as the anticipation chemical. It's what makes your brain say, this could be rewarding. It's why buying new workout clothes feels exciting. And it's why planning a new routine feels exciting too. And it's why signing up for a gym membership also feels exciting. Your brain loves novelty because novelty creates anticipation. And anticipation creates dopamine. But here's the catch: once the newness wears off, so does the dopamine. And then the workout becomes routine, the meal prep becomes repetitive, reading becomes difficult, and your brain starts looking for the next exciting thing, which would be a new program, a new diet, a new planner, a new challenge, or just a new beginning overall. And that's why so many people become addicted to starting instead of becoming. Habits don't need motivation. Now, think about you brushing your teeth. Do you wake up every morning feeling inspired to brush your teeth? Probably not. You don't need motivation for that. You brush your teeth because it's a part of who you are. Now imagine saying, I just wasn't motivated to brush my teeth today. Sounds kind of ridiculous, doesn't it? Because your identity has already decided that you're someone who brushes their teeth consistently. The same can be true for exercise, for healthy eating, reading, journaling, when you're trying to save money, when you want to start going on walks, or if you've decided that you want to drink more water. The goal isn't to become more motivated. The goal is to become the kind of person who naturally does these things because habits become effortless when they align with identity. Identity changes everything. Now, this completely changed my life. I stopped asking, how can I stay motivated? And instead, I started asking, what would someone who values themselves do? What would the healthiest version of me choose? What would the most disciplined version of me do today? And what would the confident version of me do? So, some days the answer was going to the gym, other days it meant resting. Sometimes it meant just saying no. And then other times it meant having difficult conversations because becoming isn't about perfection, it's about alignment. Every decision either reinforces your current identity or strengthens the person you're becoming. Stop waiting to feel ready. One of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is, I'll do it when I feel motivated. But successful people don't act because they feel like it, they act because it's consistent with who they are. Feelings are going to come and go, but your identity is going to remain. If you're waiting to feel ready, you may spend years waiting. Instead, become someone who acts before they feel like it. That's where real confidence comes from. If motivation has been your strategy, it's time for a new one. Stop chasing a feeling. Start becoming a person because motivation may get you started, but identity keeps you going. I want to leave you with the question I ask at the end of every single video. Who are you becoming? Not tomorrow, not next Monday, today. Leave your answer in the comments below. I'd love to hear what kind of person you're intentionally becoming, and I hope you'll encourage someone else in this community along the way. If this video helped you see motivation in a new light, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Every week, we'll explore the psychology of identity, fitness, habits, confidence, discipline, purpose, and personal transformation. Because changing your life starts with changing who you believe you are. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, keep becoming.